Comcast, not full screening your FAP chat.
I'll be right back.
And in 4 seconds, she's got this on. 4 seconds! Even I would take longer than 4 seconds. Wait.
That's the mouse.
Yes.
That's the mouse.
The Mickey and Minnie erotica we deserve, but not the Mickey and Minnie erotica we need right now.
That whole hackers being nerds cliche. Okay, the encoded cell phone's nearly done.
We just need to wait for this pointless animated rendering to finish that most definitely would be a key component to any good hacking software.
All I got to do is slap a little bone machine on it.
Slapping your bone machine on it. And now the software is animating the satellite, and the state the call is being transferred to? That's my favorite thing about hackers, their incessant need to spell out in detail exactly what nefarious thing they are doing on the screen so they can get caught super easy.
Then my shipping gets busted? Come on. Ooh.
The shipment was held up because I didn't get the money. Thought you called it off.
Instead of investigating the issue of the missing money, Antonio just kills this guy so we know he is evil. But we also now know he's not good at his job and have no doubt that his stereotypical criminal enterprise will fail. 1:44 p.m. 1:44 p.m. Did the sun go down in Miami at noon? And what's up with this call being only 36 seconds long so far when he answered the phone a full minute ago? Phone screens are the new newspapers. If you aren't going to get it right, why are you showing them at all? Also, this sin is brought to you by Apple and Verizon.
That's the biggest MCAT dealer south of Knoxville.
Using Knoxville as your delineation line? Is there some giant MCAT dealer in Knoxville that I'm supposed to know about? No? They just say south of Kentucky or south of the Ohio River. F***ing Knoxville?
We got $100K in impound cash.
Did they not discuss any of this before setting out on this undercover mission? Or is this review purely for our irritation?
Ready, partner?
All day, every day.
Not trusting your discount Fast and or Furious scene was on the nose enough by giving Tyrese another paycheck to cash just to make sure.
It's a physiological impossibility.
Oh, look who's breaking out the double-point Scrabble word.
First of all, Scrabble words aren't scored based on the obscureness of the word. They are scored based on the point values of the letters. Physiological doesn't have any letters worth more than 4 points, and despite being a long word, is only worth 24 points. Jizz is worth 29 points, and it's only 4 letters long. It also has the added benefit of your grandma asking you what jizz means and where you got that extra Z from. Also, double point words have nothing to do with the word at all, only where you place it on the board. This is like saying something is important just because it's south of Knoxville.
I'm coming out there right now.
Sit tight. It's James' order.
Are we really going to pretend like no one can see Mayfield talking into the radio right now? Are we really not going to explain where the hell he got this car from? The air pressure levels of this back tire.
Would you be scared if you knew this? A collarbone, kidney.
Nope, not scared or amused. What's the word for existing in a state of perpetual apathy and disgust at failed attempts at over-the-top humor? Because I'm that word. This secondary title sequence that chooses slow-mo cool moments to emphasize like goofy running, walking out of a door, and holding a badge. Also thinking that holding your police shield is functional as any kind of actual shield.
This looks like more than just drugs.
That USB stick doesn't look like drugs at all.
The only way we got lucky is because our guy has an ego and he left his tag. Well, who would do that?
The movie never, not once, treats this as the important question it truly is.
You look like a low-budget ass Jackie Chan.
First, the word discount, and second, that's racist.
But you're not a detective, Ben. You're barely even a probationary officer, and after this mess, you're about an inch from being fired.
And yet, after all those extremely valid reasons, Brooks will still somehow leave this decision up to James. Elevated fire hydrants. I'm sure they exist for a reason, but they freak me out. Who gave them permission to be that tall? What if they gain sentience and think they're better than regular fire hydrants? Why did they paint the fire hydrant one color and the base another color as if the fire hydrant popped up there one day because it was bored? What is reality? This is more moving the controller around a bunch than it is using it in any way that could be considered gaming. Also, since I can't make heads or tails of the scoring system in this game, I'm just going to sin these horizontal stoplights. Horizontal stoplights are dumb.
What you doing? She's pulled a gun out her ass?
Ben would be excellent at ass gun sins.
My associate has the best hydrangea connection in all of Atlanta.
No.
That's florist.
Now for the final seating chart, I've decided to move everyone to table 5.
Everyone!
I crap out high-end clients.
This is not something you should do to clients, no matter the altitude of their ends. I can tell you from experience, when you stand into a ceiling fan, it hurts. What it does not do is throw you across the room with this amount of force, unless you're Wile E. Coyote or in a bad Kevin Hart movie.
Well, I like that because of the play on words.
Since when is wordplay sexy? I throw out this all the time, and it never turns out this way. I also want to be sexily punished. See?
Answer is no.
Well, it's no for the next 5 seconds. And then you seem to think bringing him might be a way for him to f it up so bad that it teaches him his place. Except that's the exact reason you were so against it back when you realized that him f***ing it up was bad for you too. Sleeping in handcuffs. I can see still having them on the next morning if you collapsed after the sexy fun time, but you clearly took the time to put the pants on. So that's not an accident. That's a choice.
But he thinks if he makes this Miami run with me, that he'll prove us all wrong.
Thing that Dwayne Wade said about LeBron James in 2010 somehow makes it into the script. Sports!
Because I don't want to hear him complaining for the rest of my life that I never gave him a chance.
This is a terrible reason to bring someone along on an official police investigation. The more I watch, the more I feel like this whole thing should be more cautionary tale than buddy cop comedy.
Oh, he's all man.
Hey, Ed,
Yeah, babe.
you know where my thong is?
You see, it's funny because gender.
I'm not trying to compliment no marshmallow.
Hating the end of Ghostbusters.
A good detective knows how to blend in with the locals so his prey never sees him coming.
Script views detectives as predators, and that feels bad for society. There are open layouts, and then there's making it look like you've set up your office in a lobby. Gaining unauthorized access to the network of the Miami Police Department for the sole purpose of checking Pinterest, and doing it so fast that we have to question why they even needed to cast Ken Jeong as a hacker.
It's the Antonio Pope Foundation's annual fundraiser.
And it's happening right now during business hours and randomly in the bullpen, just so our protagonists can see it.
Soft tissue manipulation. Pressure points.
And now we all know what it would sound like for Ice Cube to narrate an advice column from Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Also, I'm so tired of the idea that someone could know so much about the human body that with 2 fingers they could completely disable someone. The Vulcan pinch is not a real thing. The Vulcan pinch is not a real thing, right? Driving with the window down in Miami. Oh, the humidity!
Because the brothers-in-law just got to town.
You say that again, I'm gonna shoot you in the face too.
For the record, I don't want anyone to be shot in the face, especially not while I'm watching, but Cube's mouth's writing hyperbolic checks that the movie can't possibly cash and maintain its PG-13 rating.
How you want to handle this whole thing with AJ? Want to do good cop, bad cop, prisoner's dilemma?
Since AJ is only one person, good cop, bad cop is your best bet, especially since there is no prisoner's dilemma when only one suspect is involved.
It's a foot chase! It's a foot chase, James!
And for the next 2 minutes and 16 seconds, we'll get this foot chase mashup of Ferris Bueller running home and Johnny Utah chasing Bodie, which reminds me of how fun those scenes were while being less interesting than either of them. Also, I'd just like to pause here and show this gap between the jeans and white shirt because both AJ and Ben decide to swat at this white shirt like it's in the way when they have plenty of clearance to just run through.
Goddamn rookie.
Also, the movie will now act like driving alongside someone making a run for it is the best way to track them. But if you don't have a helicopter on that shit, Ben is absolutely doing the more effective thing by chasing them on foot. Cube being in the exact right place to car slap AJ here is all the bullshit. And it's not even original bullshit. It's the kind of bullshit that's been bullshit a million times. It's some stale-ass bullshit.
You ran from us just because we black?
The script's attempt at navigating topical humor gave me some hope when it started off strong with some word mashups.
Blintelman.
But it did not stick the landing.
Look at you. You would run from you, okay?
Not even a little bit.
Why your legs so twitchy?
It might be because he chose the middle seat in the back, aka the most uncomfortable seat in every vehicle that no human would sit in while riding alone back there unless they were in a movie and needed to be seen better.
Me so horny. Jeez.
Been there. I think you broke my nose.
On fucking what? The nothing but air that was in front of you? We're only 30 minutes in, and this movie has more Miami cityscape porn than the entirety of that TV show that had Miami in the title. Both of them.
I'm acting.
Forgetting the over part of that sentence.
What's happening, Black Hammer?
There isn't an Ice Cube's chance in hell that you could hear anything from that phone in this club.
To my brother-in-law,
That's me.
Benjamin Barber. He's 5'4".
Thinking Kevin Hart needs to add a couple inches to his actual height for this movie character. We all occasionally wish for a couple more inches, Kevin. But I've been promised we're all beautiful just the way we are.
Gun!
I guess we're supposed to forget about how Ben's heroism almost killed an innocent bystander.
He's shooting at FN 5.7, James. That gun is serious.
To be fair, I've never met a gun that didn't take themselves seriously.
13, 14.
Oh, come on! You know this means I have to go back and count to see if you're right. Fine. 1, 2 into the air, 3, 4 heard here while no one else's gun is out, 5 and 6, 7 hits the corner of the bar, 8, 9, 10, 11. This looks like 12, 13, and 14 as the bar is hit 3 times, and then 15 as Ice Cube pops up. And the next one is the one you call
13.
So I'm adding a sin for each of the 3 bullets you missed, and a sin for every second you forced me to waste proving you wrong. Also, it's weird that Ben knows for a fact that a gun with either a 10, 20, or possibly 30-round magazine was only loaded with 14 bullets.
Let me ask you a serious question. Maybe you're not cut out for this.
That is not a question, that's a statement. Jinx, you owe me a sin.
What the hell's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what's not going on. A Pilates class. Know what you're dressed for, but it's stupid.
This line was kept in the movie.
And get this. The threads in the bullet match the casings of an FN 5.7.
Well then, it's a good thing you decided to jump straight out of spin class to come over here and check out this situation that you would have had no idea connected to your case.
Could be
connected.
Will one of you stop falling in love and say jinx? Now you both owe me a sin.
Ugh. It's like watching rams mate.
And now we know Ben has watched rams mating.
Why's your car smell like burnt toast?
That's not toast.
Making a murder bomb that smells like burnt toast and also waits long enough for everyone with plot armor to escape it. Also, this guy is such a stone-cold badass that he doesn't even react till halfway through the explosion.
Do you have any idea what your insurance is going to be?
These being his first words after almost dying in an explosion calls into question Ben's instincts for self-preservation to the extent that I believe a whole doctoral dissertation could be written about this man. There is the final chapter in your trilogy, guys. You're welcome.
Police are no closer to a suspect.
I'm not just sitting here blatant news position, I'm sending this useless hashtag. Hashtag everywhere? How is that A, searchable, or B, going to directly indicate it's your station?
I will carry on my predecessor's mission to eradicate corruption and clean up the port, no matter the cost.
This does seem like something you should heavily invest in, but no matter the cost? You know you can be progressive without giving a middle finger to the taxpayers, right?
There's a phone in my pocket.
Except you weren't wearing those pants before. You've only been wearing white pants since you met AJ. So did the phone just get put in the new pair of pants without your knowledge somehow?
I never gave AJ back his phone. Look, the phone's been going off the last couple hours. I mean, it's texts in here from Tasha, Bree, Colette.
Are we just supposed to not ask how he immediately unlocked the phone of a criminal and hacker?
You're ugly. And you got man hands.
You see, it's funny because... Just kidding, it's not funny.
Hey, baby.
Thinking the audience cares at all to check back in with Angela and the wedding prep B-plot. Movie hasn't really cared about it. Why should we? Thinking Pac-Man is a letter of the alphabet.
The girl is a devil spawn with lady parts.
I would assume about 50% of the devil's spawn have lady parts, so I'm not sure why you needed to make that distinction, Ben. I'm doing this for work instead of swimming in the ceiling of a bathing suit boutique. Quick question, is every single human in a swimsuit shop usually a female already dressed in a swimsuit? Is that normal?
James may not understand what you're saying, but I do.
I don't know if there's ever been a character I've understood less than Ben. He's all over the place. Goes from blissfully unaware of people's needs in one scene to masterfully empathetic in this one. It's like he just transforms into whoever the story needs him to be from minute to minute.
Yeah, who is that?
You can get a woman to do anything by making her feel jealous of another woman cliche.
Why is it so hard for you to say the word we?
What the f*** are you even talking about? He literally just said...
We got a number on AJ.
He never said I in that entire conversation, so I repeat. What the f*** are you even talking about?
I got the human touch.
You do not.
I'm gonna deal with all of the human parts, male or female.
Oh, you want to deal with all the male human parts?
That's not what I said.
Gay panic humor.
My pipeline is opening. We are exposed.
A conversation my college girlfriend and I had after I forgot to hang the sock on the dorm room door somehow makes it into the script.
Now reach into the trash can and take out whatever's on top. Open the contents and tell me what it is.
Just some half-eaten nachos with sauce and guacamole and hair all in it.
Eat it.
Movie has time to try and make me vomit in my popcorn. Also, only eating half of your nachos before tossing them. There are kids in 1980s roller skating rinks who would love some nachos right now, so clean your plate.
Oh, we got company.
So they were being followed, and the bad guys waited for a car chase to try and kill them because they thought it might cleanse our palates of that nacho bullshit. They were wrong. I'm still pissed.
Sweet, I'm going over.
This bullshit works in traffic. They even change lanes while no one's hands are on the wheel. Since I can't make heads or tails of what's going on in this movie's idea of a car chase, I'm just going to send these horizontal stoplights. Horizontal stoplights are dumb. Look, if the movie can repeat itself, so can I.
He told you not to do that! Listen, I got a plan.
Yes, we know. It's obvious. You're going to eventually do a fake-out turn signal. It's going to work, and then I'll send you for it, even though I'm already adding a sin right now.
He's making another right.
Everybody hold on.
See?
He is a huge criminal into everything. Drugs, guns.
Everything quickly became the two most cliched things that criminals do in movies.
Again?
My thoughts exactly, Ice.
Someone would need to get to his home computer and download the shipping manifest.
Well, Pope's having a party at his mansion tonight.
Makes you wonder what they would have done had there not been a super convenient party for them to sneak into this evening. I'd like to think maybe actual police work, but we all know it would be some other contrived thing the movie thinks people in Miami do.
All right, stall them, guys.
Sending them to the door before you've got their name on the list. This isn't something you could have hacked before you sent the discount Prince Akeem crew to the bouncer?
If he got a Gucci toilet, I'm sitting on it.
Considering the alternative would be shitting on the floor, I'm not sure why this needs to be said.
It's not racist if I say it.
Usually movies don't explicitly include their core belief mantra right in the dialogue, but this movie's just going for it.
Law enforcement is always welcome at my functions.
He knows who she is? How does her showing up as the assistant to the Nigerian consul not arouse more suspicion? Like, when James Bond shows up pretty much everywhere telling people his real name. Seriously, bro, was that the best you could come up with? And why don't people just shoot you on sight? Villains gotta talk about this kind of stuff at dinner parties and whatnot, right? And not a single one of them ever brings up the dude that is constantly foiling their plans? Wait, what movie is this again?
Ain't nobody say nothing to me about getting out the window 2 stories up.
It's true. In fact, apparently nobody said anything to anybody about anything in regard to this plan before they came in. Why plan ahead, right? I too scream when face to face with terrible CG. Go ahead, show me that alligator again.
Stop playing. This is serious.
It is not.
So tell me about this tequila. Is it rare?
One of the rarest on the market, impossible to purchase.
Then wouldn't that mean it's not on the market?
I ain't gonna keep knocking people out all night.
Disrespecting the wishes of LL Cool J's mama.
Have a drink, Remy, Dom.
Alluding to a Fast and Furious Ratatouille crossover film without at least showing me a scene where Linguini sips on a Corona. I frame by framed all these emails and files, and though boring, they look legit enough. But why does this software open every single file it downloads? It has to be killing your RAM.
When I told you to tell me everything you know, why you didn't tell me everything you knew?
Chill, Ice. It's called the gradual revelation of information to continuously move the plot forward over time. If he actually told you everything like a normal human would, this movie would have been over about 20 minutes ago. And nobody wants that. Hold on. I may have mispronounced the word everybody.
Star Wars, the original trilogy. Name them and rank them. Let's go.
You want to limit the Star Wars ranking to 3 movies? 3? Go with all 12 and really let the toxic fandom flow through you.
James.
Maya.
James.
Maya.
James, real quick.
Maya.
James.
Maya.
James.
Maya.
This is exactly as annoying as they thought it would be. Do those binoculars have a high frame rate visual interface with truck following technology? Where do I get me some of those?
All right, Ben, let me know what we got, partner.
You got nothing. Not that that's a surprise to any moviegoer who's ever seen a movie before, but what is a surprise is that these two are still holding an empty truck at gunpoint. Not only that, but after the movie shows the empty truck and relieves that tension, we cut to an overhead shot where everyone still has their guns drawn. Even Ben. Ben was the one that opened the back of the truck. Why would his gun have ever been drawn after that?
I really don't understand what I gotta do to get off whatever list I seem to be on here.
I would start with not randomly showing up at the scene, because that is what a guilty person would do. And why didn't you send someone else to deal with it? Because that is what a rich person would do regardless of their guilt.
You, come with me.
You can help me explain this mess to the new commissioner.
But more importantly, it would leave James and Ben alone together at the exact moment their boss calls so they can have their moment.
I know that shipment ain't nothing but a front to move coke.
Yeah, but the containers was empty, James.
Maybe the container was made of coke.
Movie tries to act like this is a dumb idea when every single person who was seen up in smoke thought the very same thing.
You said 2 days.
I know.
But you were the one that convinced James to take him on this trip in the first place. Did you really think any situation involving this man was going to go smoothly?
I was just thinking about the port commissioner's replacement. It's weird how he showed up on the bridge right after Pope. You don't kill the port commissioner if you don't control the replacement.
It was weird that he was on the bridge, but a bunch of weird shit has happened in this movie, and none of it explains the huge piece of the puzzle you just put together, as much as there only being about 15 minutes of movie left.
Got that Taylor Swift song you wanted, player?
I'm honestly not sure what jokes are anymore. Was that a joke? Is this a joke? How are funny? Laugh, go, haha.
Listen, man, I just brought you over here to tell you you're not going.
What are you talking about? I am going.
No, you're not.
I'd give every cent back for this movie, and the first one if Ice Cube broke into a rendition of "And I'm Telling You You're Not Going" right now.
They're not gonna let us within a mile of the port. We gotta take a boat and head north.
I'm going to pretend for a moment like this isn't just an excuse to include these unnecessary shots of them on a boat and ask if Pope has the manpower to set up a perimeter with a 1-mile radius. Why would that perimeter not extend to the water surrounding the port? Also, aren't these guys extremely visible out in the middle of the bay in this boat right now? This approach feels about as covert as RuPaul with a megaphone while grand marshalling a pride parade. Could this apocalypse now reference actually be a sign of the apocalypse? Or maybe just the end of the movie? Please?
Let me show you how we do it in the Ado.
We've got police brutality jokes, y'all.
Hey, how'd you get out of
The bar? The water? The wet clothes?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, trust me, I am not worried about it.
And it's not just cocaine. I'm opening a contraband superhighway.
Does he know that he doesn't have to tell them this?
I think there's even a pygmy giraffe in one of these. Fun. I had to come down to see it for myself. And look what I find.
Wait, he came down here to see the fucking giraffe? I have no clue what is going on anymore. Sure, these barrels are flammable, but I don't think they should just explode on impact like this. And if that makes sense for some reason, they certainly shouldn't be shipping them in containers like this. Those things get jostled all over the place in transit. Someone should lose their job for this, and that is the resolution I am most concerned with right now. Also, Ben's rescue plan was to drop a shipping container on his friends. That's it. That was the best he came up with, and that worked.
You have been a real nuisance.
But I'm going to keep you alive for a bit longer for reasons.
Take this, Pope.
Ben pushes the container in front of the truck, but there is still this fence and all this bullshit in the way. So what was Pope's escape plan with this tractor trailer? He was going to drive into all that crap regardless of whether or not Ben put the container there. And there was water on the other side of all that. Why was anyone even worried about this asshole escaping?
Are you looking for something?
The 3 people with guns take 0 shots and opt for a spirited debate instead.
Now, this is the part where I needlessly tell you that you are going to die.
Thanks for the assist, Benjamin. Honestly, my voice is wearing out from this one, so you singing it yourself is a real help. There's no way he could be certain all those bullets were going to hit him in the vest. So as much as the movie wants me to think that was funny, I'm stuck on it being attempted murder.
You took down a drug dealer and a crooked politician in 3 days.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty absurd as well.
So I got you something. It's one of Pope's cars.
And it's already in the impound and able to be what? Checked out? Rented? Used through whatever the police version of Turo is?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you...
Skip!
It's hammer time.
It's an ugly planet, a bug planet.
Now, why you want to go and do that?
Trust your instincts. Don't think, just do.
I'm like a cat. I'm like half cop, half puma.
Let's go see if we can make this little kitty purr.
That's why I know I need to be on the team.
No, you don't. You're just a rookie. You got lucky on your first little police case, man. That was the worst thing that ever happened to you. Turned you into a monster.
You think you can do these things, but you can't, Nemo!
Now, for the final seating chart, I've decided to move everyone to table 5 because I don't want anything overshadowing your wedding.
Table 5, table 5.
You got me running through alleyways, people's houses.
It's a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, hen house, outhouse, or doghouse.
I'm taking your ass to jail.
Come on, man.
Until you let me know what's on that little secret drive of Troy's, your ass is locked up.
Ah, now we see the violence inherent in the system.
He's 5'4".
Yeah, in your bra.
Guess what I call me and James?
Dumbass idiot cops.
All right, Maya, what you got?
With their first pick, Johnny Walker takes Tom Brady, quarterback, New England Patriots.
Look at me. Don't look at me.
Look at me! How dare you! Close your eyes!